Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the video. This time is with the SH Figuarts Avengers, and not Infinity War, but Endgame Thanos. So let's get started. I almost said Infinity War, so don't judge me. I'm fresh off seeing the movie, so one thing you will not have to worry about is spoilers. I took the time to make sure I'm doing this non-spoilery. So first off, let's go with the look and the articulation, see what we're getting into. I want to say this Thanos looks absolutely amazing being armored. It goes off the design that we see in all the posters and all the trailers and things like that. It looks absolutely wonderful. They managed to make it look just as good. I mean, even the head, I know the head looks tiny in his helmet, but the overall look of it is just fantastic. The gauntlet looks really good. It's just there. It's just, this is an absolutely beautiful looking piece, and I love it. The photos just didn't do it justice. Now, as far as articulation goes, the head can look up, and there is a neck joint there that you'll see. It can help it move down with the neck, tilt left and right. You have expression. So don't you have to worry about one of those things where it's like, oh, it's just really stiff. No, it's not one of those things where it's really stiff. As far as the arms go, you are actually getting the same amount of articulation that you're getting with the previous Thanos, but now on the armored version. One thing you don't have to worry about is, so you're going to wiggle out the arm a little bit, as you can see there. You can rotate a little bit inside. There is an invisible bicep swivel in there. So although you don't see it here, cut here, it's invisible. So you can actually rotate it in and out. The arms are double jointed, but as you see here, there's going to be too much muscle mass in the way. So this is as far as you'll get going up. There is an extension joint here on the wrist that allows you to get that extra bit of range on the wrist, which is actually pretty nice. It wasn't done the first time on this arm, so it's pretty cool that it's there now. Then you're going to get that on the left arm, all the same stuff. Even the extension joint here, which you got previously, it allows you to get that extra bit of oomph for your gauntlet and look. Really dope, really nice to have. As far as the waist area goes, you get so the ab crunch doesn't go too far because it'll pop. So please be careful with that. But you do get it going a little forward. You get some going back. You can actually swivel left and right. Actually, you can swivel really far left and right. Didn't notice that before. You get a huge range rotating left and right. The legs do the extension joint technique. Mine's need a little bit of oil, but as you can see, he can gain a little bit of extra height. You can put the leg going forward. Leg is single jointed because Thanos is such a big character. I wish they would have gave it more, but single jointed being in armor is just fine. There is a generous ankle pivot for a guy in armor, as well as toe pivot. And then we can drop that up. We can move it a little down. So as far as articulation goes, let's see how we can make the mighty Thanos look with some articulated moves. So if you were using the gauntlet or anything like that, you would actually have some pretty decent articulation. Let's see how he looks throwing a punch. I actually want to see. So you can hold up the... Ooh, this is actually really nice. Holding up the gauntlet, doing a defense stance. This is actually pretty good. And actually, for punching, let's see if we can rotate a little bit more. So you can't rotate it too far, but you do get an extension for the punch. Looking really well. As you can see, it's turned all the way over. The head doesn't get that much range to look too good, but overall I still like it. The helmeted head is pretty nice. One of those things I do want to talk about though is, if you pop the head off, you can use the head from your previous Thanos on here. So you actually get a little bit more range if you have your unmasked Thanos head, if you want to pop that on there. So if you already have the older Thanos, this will complement this one very, very well. Looking good, looking good. Now, also I want to point out that to swap faces, you're going to remove the helmet, swap the faceplate out because it's not a whole head this time. And you can have the unhelmeted look as well. So then you have a very nice look for that. And I'm going to show you the other plates very quickly. We actually get the yelling head, which was previously on the other head, but now it's just a faceplate. And you have the smiling head. So again, if you have your previous Thanos, you pretty much have the same faceplates, but now it's the helmeted head. So they made it work. Next up are going to be the other hands. I just want to swap in another plate so we can see what's really good in the hood. Let's pop this in. We're going to pop this head on. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And you know, we put a smile on his face. Literally, we've done this. So, really nice. Next up, you get an open gauntlet hand for the left hand. Really, really nice. Am I forgetting something? No. So one thing I'm noticing that I didn't notice before is that here, one of the stones is black and not green. Didn't notice that before. I'm going to keep that in mind. But I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil the movie. So one thing I'm noticing is that this stone is actually black this time around and not actually green. So here we have the closed hand for grabbing. Well, sorry. We have the action hand for grabbing stuff, which is very nice. This is, again, previous Gauntlet. It's just in a nice, better, shinier color to match that of the armored outfit. Then you have Thanos' weapon that we've seen a million times, but I don't know. Well, I do know, but I'm not going to say it. Spoiler free. So we have this double-bladed weapon that we use and see. To attach this, you're going to use it for the generous right hand that's for it. What you're going to do is you're actually going to remove one side, have the blade here, slide that in, slide this piece right back through. Ooh, I'm tripping. Sorry, it goes the other way. There we go. Goes on really nicely, fits in the hand really well. And if you only want to use one blade, guess what? You totally can. Now you can have just a regular old sword. So that's just something to keep in mind. Last but not least, we have another action hand for the right hand. Looks really good. Again, these are solid pieces. I really, really like this Thanos and this look of this Thanos. It's just overall a really nice look for him. It definitely has, for me, comic book vibes. So I am a fan of it. I like it a lot. And you can interchange the heads with the previous Thanos in case you want an unhelmeted head. So there's a lot that you can actually go off of with that. All in all, if you happen to get your hands on this, you happen to love the MCU stuff, or you want a armored Titan, this is definitely for you. If you don't have this, you can always get the Build-A-Figure, I guess. And just so you guys know, in case you want to see what it looks like next to its Marvel Legends counterpart, I actually happen to get one, and I'm going to show you it right now. As soon as I find his damn fist. There we go. Found it. So here he is, and here's his Build-A-Figure counterpart, which actually is a lot bigger this time around. It's actually bigger than his SHF counterpart, whereas the SHF one and the previous one were about the same size. So this one is actually bigger. This one has a lot less articulation. It's a lot more purple, as where this one is more of a grapish color. Just a lot less purple. But again, I like the details and the articulation a lot better in this one, whereas this one is limited. So probably going to end up selling this one. But all in all, I'm going to go with the SHF. It is my preferred piece. Here he is next to his Infinity War counterpart. And as you can see here, gauntlets are indeed different colors. Oh, and actually, I was wrong. Did notice it before, but it was also black here as well. So I am wrong. Good thing I had them both next to each other. So there we go. Voila. Looks very good. He's actually a little bit taller than his Infinity War counterpart as well. But again, this guy's armor, he has a little bit of height extra on him. But all in all, it's very great to have both pieces. Now we're going to compare him to a bunch of other MCU SHF and other lines, so you guys can see what he's like size-wise compared to a bunch of other pieces. First up, let me try to get the Black Order all in one picture for you, so you can see what he looks like with his Marvel Legends counterpart for the Black Order. Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, I want to make sure I have them all looking pretty decent. Proxima's always had really weird legs for me. Cull Obsidian, aka Black Dwarf. That's there we go. Big man. And last but not least, Ebony Maw. So as you can see, they all look really good together here. Excuse my terrible posing on Proxima Midnight. But yeah, they all look really good. So if you have the Marvel Legends, you're actually looking forward to having a complete Black Order, which is really cool. The only one you won't have is Black Swan, who at this point is probably the only one that's comic related that is not done on the team. So yeah. Here he is next to SHF Cap from Infinity War, who has a little bit of I let too much dust get on him. Here he is with War Machine from Infinity War. Shout out to Plastic Takeover for letting me review his until mine come in. So that review will be up as well. Here he is next to Endgame Black Widow. So as you can see, she is still tiny, very much so. Endgame Ant-Man with his unmasked head. Wave one of the MCU figures that I'm going to use in size comparison. As you can see, Thanos towers over all of them, even the really tall War Machine. So let's move you out of the way. Let's get a new batch here so we can show you guys. And I'm just going to use all the random MCU figures that I happen to just have out. So here's Black Panther. We have Star-Lord, which these guys have eternal beef right now. If he wasn't dusted. Then we have Winter Soldier. And Falcon. Sam Wilson. So as you can see, Thanos towers over just about everyone. And it makes it look like Star-Lord is the smallest of them all. Next batch, we have Captain Marvel, Thor, and Iron Man. So we already know Thor, you know. Here's Iron Man. And here is Captain Marvel. Last but not least, a Doctor Strange. So again, he is going to be completely towering over everyone for the next billion years. And we're going to show a few things from some other stuff. Last but not least, we have Hulk. Then we're going to do... Hulk, I just kept the purple pants. Don't judge me. Mayfex Spider-Man. Mezco Blade. So I think that this is actually a really good scale, no matter what I've pretty much put it up against, so you've seen it with. He's pretty much towered over them without an issue whatsoever. So, again, it's a dope look. The only thing that I think can even remotely look good next to him is Hulk, because Hulk is gigantic over him, but lots of fun, and I'm a fan of it. But all in all, if you manage to get your hands on this piece, you on the fence about this piece, and you didn't pre-order it, I think you should get it, especially if you're a huge MCU fan. If not, it's totally fine to get the Build-A-Figure or just pass on it completely. Either way, the preference is yours, and I hope you enjoy it. Hope you find it informative. But most of all, I hope you do good, be good, drink your water, guys. Later.